Hello, hello, hello. It's Lisa Copeland, and I am super excited to be able to share with you the November State of the Real Estate Union. And so I'm going to run you through some slides. I'm going to try to hold this to 15 minutes, but watch it. No matter where you live in the country, if I'm sending this to you, that's because you're in the real estate market. And I want to make sure that you know what's going on, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So showing time is the service that we use as realtors it's in the MLS, and we use it to schedule showings on listings. So it's pretty accurate when it comes to how many showings are happening on homes. And as you can see, showings are starting to level off. So what does that mean? That means that we're not selling as many houses. If you're not showing as many, you're not selling as many. The market's cooled down just a bit. So here are the last 5 Septembers from 2017 to 2020. So as you can see, that I find super interesting that in November of 2020, the height of the pandemic, showings were at the highest. You ask why? People needed to relocate. People started working from home. People started homeschooling. All kinds of different things happened within the market that people figured out that they might need to relocate. All right, sales in September were 2.7% below the sales in September of 2020. Again, just very interesting in the fact that we are slower trying to come out of the pandemic than we were in the height of the pandemic. But one thing I want to just clarify with everybody, that headlines do more to terrify than to clarify. You know, Realtor.com is saying that foreclosures are up 49%. They're not. That's what's interesting. Because of all of the guidelines with the COVID laws and the foreclosure guidelines, they're not up. So be careful and to stay away from the sensationalized headlines, because what that does is it causes buyer fatigue, it causes fear, and it might keep you from actually going out and looking for your dream home. And it says here, CNBC, mortgage originations will drop for refinances will drop 62%. Well, I'm here to tell you, my husband's in the mortgage business. It has not slowed down. So again, be careful what news you consume. Do you think now is a good time to buy a house? This was a great survey that was taken by Realtor.com, and 32% of the people in September 2021 say yes. But in February of 2020, it was 70%. Why? Because people listen to the news. It's been sensationalized. Prices of houses have come up. But I'm here to tell you that you can go out, you can make offers now. People are a little more negotiable. The multi-offer situation has calmed down a lot. So don't be afraid. So let's talk about the housing forecast for 2022. Right now, we forecast mortgage rates to be an average about 3.3%. That's a little higher than what we've seen, all right? But if you look at the mortgage rates from Freddie Mac, and we go back to like January of 2018, they're bumping on 5%. So even if we go 3.5, we're still at historic low rates for a 30-year fixed mortgage. The home forecasts, okay? Now these are all the different ones from Freddie Mac, all the way down to the Houston Board of Realtors. But basically 5.1% average is really, that's a healthy housing market, okay? So our MLS is telling us that we're going to be lower, and Freddie Mac, who does the financing, who says it's going to be higher. I did that just to show you the juxtapose, because opinions are just that, they're opinions. So the home sale forecast to increase this year and perform well again in 2022. So if people tell you there's a bubble, it's going to burst, don't buy a house, don't believe them. And it is going to be another strong year in 2022 in the housing market. And homeownership is regarded as causing an improvement in the quality of life for the typical family. So here is the 2021 American homeowner. 64% of American homeowners say living through the pandemic has made their home more important to them than ever. 83% say that they feel safe in their home, and 91% feel like that they're much more secure owning a home. So last year, staying home became a necessity, and that caused many homeowners to have a renewed gratitude. So in this season of gratitude, be grateful that we have homes. Homeowners who feel emotionally attached to their home, pre-pandemic was 58%, and it's 70% now that they're in the pandemic. And buying a home is not just a financial decision, but it's a lifestyle decision. So let's just give an update real quick on sales. Here's the average days on the market. I'd like to be able to blow this up for y'all. Here we go. So average days on the market. As you can see, 15 to 30 days is about what the country's looking at. And new home sales. Now, this is new homes. Now, let me tell y'all what happened, why there was so much pressure on the resale market. Because first time home buyers typically need to buy a home between $200,000 and $400,000. And that's typically been left to the new home builders. But during the pandemic, what happened? There was a shortage on glass, on lumber, on sheetrock, on concrete. I mean, you name it, we were out of it. So because the new home builders didn't feel comfortable building homes, not knowing what their cost was going to be on those homes, they quit. So that put the pressure on the resale market. And so now you had every house that went on the market at $200,000 and $300,000, they were bidding them up $15,000, $20,000, $25,000. That has eased, just so you know. That has settled down, and new home builders are back at it again. So new homes are selling fast. I personally have about 8 under contract for new constructions. They're going fast, fast, fast. So pending home sales, again, we are exceeding what the national averages have been since 2014. So let's just talk about home prices. All right. I'm in the South. They're up 14.8%. Now, I have seen media that has said that they're up 100% and 500%, like crazy. So, again, keeping it all in perspective. And we'll talk about inventory, seller traffic, like in the South where I'm at in Texas, it's pretty stable. It's actually very strong. But it's really pretty good all over the country. But you'll see where it's weak is New Mexico, Montana, Minnesota, Wisconsin, Louisiana. I'm surprised this about Florida. I've got a huge real estate team in Florida, and they are crushing it right now. Months of inventory for homes for sale. All right. So we have our MLSs on a national average have about a 2-month and 4-day supply of inventory. That means we're turning the houses as fast as they're coming on the market. The supply in the new home world, about 5.7 months. Okay, so that's good. That actually gives us a chance to be able to jump out there and get a house secured for you. New home inventory, I'll let you look that over yourself. Let's talk about buyer demand. Look at these bright blue: Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, California, Florida, Nevada. Everybody wants to buy a house. Let's talk about the interest rates. Right now, interest rates are sitting at about, on a national average per Freddie Mac, at about 3.09. This is what they're forecasted for Q4, 1, 2, and 3 of 2022. So not a huge change. None of it's life-changing. But look at where they peaked in 2018. So we're still, and of course they fell to the ground, but we're still, even when they peak again in 2022, we're still going to be at historic lows. So mortgage credit availability. This is interesting. The average days now to close a loan is about 46 days, all right, which has come down. And one of the reasons it's come down is because of refinances. There are not as many refinances clogging the system. FICO score requirements. These have been the average FICO scores to get top tier, tier 1 financing. And here's the FICO score distribution. This is what's interesting. 6.4% of all buyers had a FICO score between 600 and 649. Now, this typically, y'all, is going to put you into an FHA loan, not conventional financing. And as you get up into here, so all of these scores are considered, a bit low, but you can still get financing. It's not a problem. When you start getting into the 750 to 799 to 800 plus, that is going to be where you will not have any hits to the interest rate for the FICO score. So the average FICO score for purchased loans, I find this one very interesting. Wish I could move these slides up. Let me take that slide back again. So the average The average for all loans is 741. And remember, I told you those scores that are in the sixes, those are typically FHA loans. When you're on an FHA loan, you're going to be limited by the amount of money you can finance, depending on what part of the country you're in. So be sure to ask your realtor about that. The average back end DTI, which is debt to income ratio. So all loans, the average for the country was 36%. That means all your bills put into one big bucket, including your new mortgage payment, that was 30% of your gross income. So as you can see, the State of the Union is very, very strong. And I want to encourage you, don't get discouraged. I know some of you that I'm going to send this video to, you've been like, Lisa, I'm not going to play this game anymore. I don't want to be in multiple offers. I'm here to tell you it has calmed down. It is, I don't want to say slowed down. The market's still really, really good. It's a great time to list your house, but we can actually find you a house to go where you want to move. So anyways, I would love to be able to talk to you, work with you, even if you don't live in my area. I've got a team personally of over 500 realtors all around the country, all around the world. I'd be happy to make a referral for you. I'd be happy to help match you. And that's what I think realtors are sometimes. I think we're matchmakers. So I'd love to match you to a fantastic realtor that will take good care of you and your family. And during this holiday season, I just want to wish you blessings. And I'm just here. I'm here to advise. I'm here to help you. I'm here to talk you through anything you want to talk about. That's my job, and I take it seriously. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and thanks for watching my State of the Union, November 2021.